Pronounced, defined, used in lexical dispatch.
Guttural, adjective, gutturalism, of the throat, produced at the back of the throat, throaty, rasping, sedate, adjective and verb, sedately, sedateness, calm, composed, stayed, to those with sedatives. The word oozed out of my mouth, slurred and guttural, barely coherent. The voice was deep, loud, guttural, like a bird's roar. He spoke Arabic in guttural, high-pitched bursts that my interpreter found barely coherent. The words come ragged, guttural from his mouth, and he thinks maybe there are tears in his eyes. "Good luck," someone said, and there were small guttural sounds of agreement from everyone. My father was racked with sobbing. Crude guttural sounds came from inside the hands that remained closed upon his face. A male lion roars, cutting the air with his guttural voice. "Sleep can wait until I return home." "We are in command of these premises," groaned one in a guttural voice. Although German is guttural, it is Spanish that they find unpleasantly guttural. Afrikaans as a language had been considered too guttural and formal to be turned into credible rock and roll lyrics. The cat seemed to sense something was amiss, and it let out a low guttural growl. Finally the man spoke in a guttural language, and to my surprise, Moises responded in the same tongue. I hear a low-pitched guttural scream. It sounded like an animal in agony. In linguistics, the study of gutturalism can provide insight into the evolution and diversity of human language. It provokes nostalgia for a seemingly more sedate, less persistently nerve-wracking way of life. Where John was serious and sedate, Eric was popping with enthusiasm about everything. But even in Minneapolis, long a home of sedate, efficient government, voters face an election driven by fears of crime. It never occurred to me that the wall of worship was tidy and sedate. Patient showed signs of confusion and hostility. We attempted to restrain and sedate him. He resisted so much that doctors again had to sedate him for the procedure. It has this sort of sedate pace that cities tend to have when they're far from the sea. Given in the appropriate dose, the drug can work like a charm to mildly sedate a child, making a 6-hour flight literally fly by. He seemed relatively unconcerned, as it had been a stressful time in my otherwise sedate life. She doesn't want to spend her final days sick from chemotherapy or sedated on heavy painkillers. They strolled sedatedly across the same cobbles, recently abused by the shoes of their pupils. He was sensible to the last moment, showing the greatest magnanimity and sedatedness.